tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey everybody. Hey everybody. How are you guys? How is everybody doing? I have some updates in regard to two of the current defendants that are on the YSL Rico case. They should be some changes. I don't know if some changes, but there's some charges that has been, some things have been, I guess, corrections. Well, Eppinger has some corrections. Now, Fleetwood has revocation going on with him. And we're going to talk about Mr. Christopher Eppinger. I try to pull up everything that I had on him, but he has so much. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I do have the video of the hearing that he had yesterday. He had a hearing with Judge Manning, and we're going to have a reaction to this video. And I have it set for you guys. And also I have, well, let me give you a little bit of background. Eppinger is a young man that shot at the police officer. Remember him? Well, he is serving a capital felony charge, and one of his sentencing is over 20 years, right? I think he has a lot of years, and he basically have done some things since he's been in the jail. They did an appeal, and his appeal was overturned. And this is what the hearing is on. They're trying to correct some of the I'm just bringing you information, y'all. I'm not coming here to justify argue about anything. I'm just here to relay some information. I'm not here to tell you anything other than the information that I have, okay? Revocation, hey, Emily, oh my God. I am so like excited. Oh my God, Emily, you don't know, you are my favorite ever. I'm honored. I'm honored, y'all. I'm honored to have Emily in here. Oh gosh. Well, it's a revocation for Fleetwood. Fleetwood has a revocation, but he did not show up, so they postponed it to January 10th. January 10th. Revocation is like when they have to they're on probation and they retracting their probation because of this they violated their probation condition. Oh, this is your backup channel. You don't know. I am so thrilled, Emily. Oh my God. You're like my superstar. You're like my superstar. Oh my God. Dee Dee, I was like, wow. I'm so honored. I'm telling you, I'm so honored. I am so honored. Lord, I mean, you got me with a big Kool-Aid smile on my face. Big Kool-Aid smile. I am so thankful. Thank you, Emily, for coming. Well, can I drop the link just to say hi to you? Can I just drop the link? I'm so excited. You just don't know. I've been watching you for years. Oh my God. I want to be like you. Oh my God. This is like the best for me, y'all. Just the best. I'm just like so excited. You know how you just have somebody like Denzel's my favorite actor? Well, she's my favorite YouTuber. For real, y'all. For real. I have a sick kiddo too. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you for coming by. Yeah, you don't know who Emily is? Type up her name, Emily D. Baker, and you'll see. You don't know who she is? What? Okay. No, I'm not confusing BB with Fleetwood. Fleetwood had a hearing today. No, he has a hearing, and it was a revocation. B dash, I don't know why you always come in trying to correct me. But okay, let me go ahead on and play this this hearing. All right, here we go. Let's put up my disclaimer here. Let's go ahead. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright of 1976, allowance is made for fair use of the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, and scholarship and research. All right, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to have our commentary reaction on this. And now we're going to start off right when Eppinger comes into the screen because they were having some sort of audio problem. So here we go.
Now if they turn the video on. Yeah, all right. So we got him here. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Eppinger, can you hear us? Wave your hand.
Okay, you see Eppinger. Eppinger is right at the right-hand bottom of the screen. Okay.
There you go. All right. So I may interrupt you guys if he pops off. Okay. So I don't know if you've got it on gallery view or whatever. So this is 16 SC 143618 Christian Eppinger. We've got Ms. Chabot for Mr. Eppinger and Mr. Armstrong for the state.
Yes, Your Honor. So from the state, basically the posture of this case is that Mr. Eppinger pleaded guilty years ago to a case that involved robbery, aggravated assault.
Okay, this case was back in 2016 that they're talking about, and he filed an appeal, and the appeal court came back and reversed the decision of the lower court. Okay, not for everything, just for some things. Okay.
Other offenses. He entered a first offender plea. Subsequent to that, he was being arrested for serious charges, at which point he shot at officers. And Judge Schwall found that he had attempted to kill them and that he revoked all of the time that he could on the first offender sentence after revoking his first offender probation and resentencing him.
Okay, so this happened in 2022. He violated his probation, right? And so they gave him a first-time offender plea, but he turned around because of his violation. They revoked everything, and so he had to serve the full time. But then there was an error made by the judge, and the appeal court changed that decision, and this is what they're here for. Okay.
Both sides were wrong as to what the maximum sentence would be. The defense suggested too low, the state suggested too high. The Court of Appeals has corrected that. Essentially, the sentence should be 45 years imprisonment with 20 years to serve on counts 1 for robbery and 20 years to serve for count 3 on aggravated assault and 5 years to serve for possession of a firearm under count 4. The other charges for which he had been sentenced as part of his probation revocation, he had already completed the sentence for under his first offender probation. So those counts were not something that the court was available to sentence him to. And so basically those counts that are below count 4 should be marked as discharged rather than as sentenced, because he successfully completed first offender before his probation was revoked.
From fleeing, attempting to elude down, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So other than the things that I've already mentioned, the only one other than that is the hijacking was null prost. And so that's what the sentencing sheet needs to be altered to in order to comply with what the Court of Appeals has directed this court following the defendant's appeal.
All right. I'm sure Ms. Woods has some clarifying questions.
So, Mr. Armstrong, where you talked about it being the charges being discharged after count 4, do I put the original sentence in there? And are we not from something this, or
so
what do I do?
Ms. Schumer might have a better answer.
They're
for
so
that,
confused
But this is
with
a
this.
case where he was under a first offender probation sentence, but those have been discharged. But if you want to have it on the same sentencing sheet as the ones he's getting prison time for, then the sentencing sheet today should read previously discharged by completion of probation or something along those matters. Because it's an unusual case to have somebody revoked, which is why the parties had arguments about what the appropriate maximum sentence was. But basically, for the sentencing sheet to be complete as to all.
No, he's not, Amanda. He's not in Rice Street. He is in special units, which is like 2 hours away from, I think it's 2 or 3 hours away from Atlanta.
The charge it.
Sorry, I don't know why I stopped. Sorry, guys. Because I stopped it and I was acting up. Sorry. I had a closing come back. Hold on a second, because I messed up by stopping. I'm not going to stop it anymore. I'm just going to let it run. Hold on a second. Let me just do this again. Hold on a second. Let's do this. All right, here we go.
Should be marked as discharged rather than as sentenced, because he successfully completed first offender before his probation was revoked.
From fleeing, attempting to elude down, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So other than the things that I've already mentioned, the only one other than that is the hijacking was null prost. And so that's what the sentencing sheet needs to be altered to in order to comply with what the Court of Appeals has directed this court following the defendant's appeal.
All right. I'm sure Ms. Woods has some clarifying questions.
So, Mr. Armstrong, where you talked about it being the charges being discharged after count 4, do I put the original sentence in there? And are we not from something this, or
So
What do I do?
Ms. Schumer might have a better answer for that, but this is a case where he was under a first offender probation sentence, but those have been discharged. But if you want to have it on the same sentencing sheet as the ones he's getting prison time for, then the sentencing sheet today should read previously discharged by completion of probation or something along those matters. Because it's an unusual case to have somebody revoked, which is why the parties had arguments about what the appropriate maximum sentence was. But basically, for the sentencing sheet to be complete as to all of the charges, it should indicate that 5 through 11 were discharged by operation of law.
Yes, Ms. Woods, we can't.
So
have it
do you-
do that. Go ahead.
Do you want her to do two different sentencing
I think
sheets?
that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
They're gonna kick it back.
Yeah.
The sentence can't say 5 years or anything like that, because the sentence has been served. And he no longer has those charges because they've already been discharged. So he's not convicted of any of those charges anymore.
So on 5 through 11, you put discharged by operation of law, right?
Yes.
Yes.
How did he get discharged?
Because they were misdemeanors.
So let me explain this. The defendant had sentences on 10 of these 11 charges. At the point in time that his probation was revoked, the state could still go forward with the 3 more serious ones because the time had not passed for that. But his sentences for 5 through 11 had already passed. And because they'd already passed by operation of law, since it was a first offender sentence for those counts, that those convictions were discharged by operation of law. So a lot of them were misdemeanors, and so those passed within the first year. The more serious charges had not lapsed yet, and so he certainly wouldn't be discharged under first offender for those. So it just happens because of the length of time of the individual counts. They were running concurrently, I believe several of them were, and so just the time period had passed for the state to either revoke his probation or for him to serve his sentence. And since we didn't revoke his probation within those times, those got discharged, but we did revoke his sentence appropriately for 3 of the charges.
Okay.
So once we filled out, why don't we send it back to them and see what they think?
Okay.
So, but on 5,
I gotta have a number there. So I almost wanna do time served, and that would.
No, you can't do time served because he is not convicted of those counts.
So it might be
One at a time.
it might be appropriate to say was sentenced to this, but upon completion of that period of time, discharged. But that's a lot for that bracket.
Did you all discharge him, Officer Brown, on those counts?
No, so what he's trying to explain is that for position 5, it was a 1-year to serve sentence. So after that year, he was sentenced, it's pretty much that charge is done. And for 6 through 11, for 6, he got 5 years to serve. And that was concurrent with count 1. Why that would be dismissed, I'm not. I guess he said he served that time already, so that wouldn't be included in the new sentence. And 7, 8, 9, well, 7 through 11, he was serving 12 months to serve. So that time was already served, so he won't be sentenced on those charges. The only thing he should be sentenced on is position 1, 3, and 4.
I understand all of that, that's great, but they're using the term discharge. When I rewrite this sentence, I have to have something for every count. So,
I would say discharge as of a date in the bracket.
can you put the time and then put discharged?
I send it in and send y'all.
Discharge
Yeah.
20s. Not sure what date it will be.
I've never done this before, so.
We don't like to get on normal things.
Wow, this is
I
so
guess she's gotta
confusing.
put the sentence, but I wonder if she puts 5 years, then put discharged.
Could you imagine?
It just has to not be a conviction. He has no convictions on those charges.
That is correct, because the first offender sentence is done and then just magically it goes away at that moment.
So what happens if I put the sentence and not protunct it all the way back to December 2nd of 2016?
Because he doesn't have those cases anymore. Those are gone. They've disappeared off the face of the universe. Because if you put that his sentence is completed, it will look like when you run his, sentencing, that those cases still exist and those counts still exist, and they'll affect parole and probation and all of those other things. Those counts no longer exist. He has been discharged from those counts.
Okay, I'll call the sentencing people at the state and figure out.
What should it say?
Everyone said she's gonna call the sentencing
I'm
people.
gonna call people
I mean,
because
the state should know what it should say.
No one knows what it should say because it's.
They are so confused. Yes, y'all.
Discharged by operation of the first offender statute upon completion of the sentence is sufficient.
That's what Mr. Armstrong and I agreed to ahead of time, was that it should say, fleeing and attempting to elude, the disposition being completed first offender, the sentence none, and it discharged by operation of law.
I get it. We're just trying to figure out what to put there. So
I figured out because this should go. I don't understand how somebody completes first offender when I don't understand how to charge
because he
could
could
show first. I don't get that, but that's fine. I'll call sentence computation. I'll call Ms. Yarborough, and they'll tell me what can be done.
I mean, if everything is concurrent to count one, I don't see what the issue is.
Because extra charges look bad don't exist anymore. They look bad on probation. They look bad for parole. No probation officer should be able to, and I'm not saying anything against the probation officer in this room, I'm not, but should be able to stand up and say he's had a prior conviction for criminal damage to property. He hasn't. That is gone. Had a prior conviction. He was sentenced under first offender. The amount of time that the sentence happened is done. When it ends, if there is not a probation revocation hearing, it goes away. The probation revocation hearing didn't happen until after he had completed those sentences. And because of that, they're gone.
Yes. Think about it this way. If you're wondering how this could happen, each individual count is considered on its own, and you start the clock at the same time it's sentencing. And so when you have 1 year and certain year numbers of felonies, and you go past that point in time, he has completed his probation for that offense specifically. And since he was first offender, those go away. Count one was ultimately a 10-year sentence, although only 4 years were in prison. And so that sentence still existed to allow Judge Schwal to revoke his probation for that count. And so that's why, even though you have things running concurrent, one went away, but one stayed, because one was a longer sentence and was still alive at the time the state sought to revoke his probation.
There's another thing too. In addition to that, the credit for time served also has to be
No,
added.
Rochelle, he has other time.
Started
I gotta show you
in this
something
case
else.
when he was a juvenile. And because he was a juvenile, normally it cannot be computed just by the custodian. So the sentence also has to say credit from May 1st, 2016 to May 10th, 2021. And
He's in this shoe ball. Where did you get May 1st from?
that's when he was arrested
That's 5
and
years.
sent to YDC.
Okay, because the date that I was given was May the 11th. That's what's on the original sentence.
Okay, if I could have written that down wrong. I am reading what I wrote, so there could be 2 ones and not 1 1. Whatever was on the original sentence sheet, it has to be the same amount of time, and then it also has to have the time from so the May date, whatever it is, till May 10th, 2021, and then February 7th, 2022 till present. So he gets credit for all of that.
You're asking for credit for all of that?
He gets credit by law for all of that.
So the probation revocation sentencing order didn't mention the dates. This is just going with the credit that's listed on the original sentencing sheet. And since he was under probation and or revoked on this case the entire time, everything that would apply under the original sentence all the time from that date forward would apply to his current sentence.
And just for the record, there is no revocation order. You don't complete orders when
No, the revocation sentencing order, the
Mhm.
sentencing order that happened after the revocation doesn't mention the credit for time served.
um,
All I'm saying is that what's in that original sentencing sheet, which I just checked, that says May 11th, that is the credit that he should receive for this, because he's been continuously on probation or in prison for this case that entire time.
Yes, I checked as determined by the custodian.
No,
So-
you can't check as determined
Well,
by
I'm
the.
just telling you what happened, Ms. Shubo.
Oh, I'm
when
sorry.
the judge revoked him and we sentenced him.
So, Ms. Woods, I believe Ms. Shubo is saying that when you have a juvenile offender who's in RYDC, the jailer doesn't have quite the same ability to compute the time as you would have somebody who was an adult in the jail custody the whole time.
Gotcha. I'm aware of that. We're good. What I'm gonna do is call the clerk's office, call the state and call DOC to find out how they suggest and recommend this sentence is written.
To make sure we cover everything, okay?
This is correct.
Yeah. We're not trying to be difficult. I hope it doesn't.
We just are.
We just saw it difficult. All right, thank you, guys.
It's a confusing sentence and we have to move on, so.
Your Honor, I would like to say, I'm sure that the state is going to disagree, but I believe since the court sent this back, you could actually resentence him to less time on the other charges. I doubt that you would want to, but I do want to say that these charges are part of the, have been subsumed into the YSL indictment, and we know what happened with YSL. If Your Honor is interested at all in giving less time than the 45 years that this sentence will be, I'm happy to make an argument.
He's on
The
video.
state would oppose.
that is fine for the record. Would you like that on the record, Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Armstrong.
Yeah, he's on video shooting.
I understand. I did the public hearing for that.
He's on video shooting a police officer. Judge Schwal was convinced that he was trying to murder police officers. He was being arrested for a new offense for which there were warrants by a clearly marked police officer and did all of these things. I believe he's been on jail calls since he's been laughing about it. Judge Schwal was hot in the transcript on probation revocation. He wanted to revoke maximum time, which is why we had this particular issue, because the parties neither party got the maximum time correct. And that's why that happened. And so I would oppose any reduction of the sentence that Judge Schwal wanted to impose, which was the maximum.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to deny anything in reducing it, because I remember before when I was doing my bond, my prep for my bond hearing, that he tried to revoke 60 years. So, and then I heard the bond hearing where, the police officer was shot. So yeah, I'm not going to reduce the sentence. Thank you though, Ms. Shubo.
Not a problem. Thank you. So
Thank
we're
you,
just
Ms.
taking those 19 years off, not anything additional.
So they're going to take away
And
19
that was
years.
sort of by the court of appeals, not by.
So, okay, so the Court of
Thank you so
Appeals
much.
saying that they got to take away 19 years from the
Right.
45.
Mr. Armstrong.
I don't believe I have anything else left. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good holiday.
Thank you very much.
I also need to be excused. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday.
You too. All right, what do we got now? Because I know that Ms. Sanders is going to be very grumpy if she can't get to where
Okay,
she's
I
got
wanted
to.
to tell y'all something on this. I have the paperwork. Hold on a second. I do have the screenshot from today of some of the charges. Hold on a second. I'm just going to pull it up for you guys. Hold on. Hold on. Trying to get the I did print out the paperwork. You know what? Let me just go ahead on into the system instead of trying to doing it this way, because this way is hard. Because just 1 second, I'm pulling it up in the system. All right, here we go. Okay, since he been in Rice Street, let me show you some of the stuff that he has just a second. Bear with me a second. Okay, this is some of the details. Now, since he's been in Rice Street, right? He has been, this is as of last year in July, right when, during the time when his attorney was removed from the trial because of him and that officer having a relationship. These are some of the charges that he has had. He has the unlawful act of violence in the penal system institution, participation in street gang activity while in jail now, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, aggravated assault, aggravated assault, aggravated assault, possession of a dangerous weapon by an inmate. 1, 2, 3 of those. Then possession of knives commission during the commission or attempt to, I don't know what the rest of that is, but he has had all of these charges. He had 15 charges as of last year in 2023, right? But let me show you where the other case. Hold on a second. Okay, here's the next here. Now, this is when the judge, this is what the judge had revoked, was his aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, that's with the officer, and interference with government property, fleeing and attempting to elude, cruelty to children in a third degree, willful obstruction of law enforcement, right? That's a misdemeanor. Running a red light, vehicle to drive on the right side of the road. So I guess he was trying to get away. He rode on the wrong side of the road. He has robbery and possession of firearm, commission of a felony, a person of another, and it says criminal damage to property in a second degree. That's what that lady that the young man was just talking about. Okay, and this is where they made the adjustment for his case. 1 second. Let me pull this up from the file up here. And you guys know he's one of them that's not taking a plea deal, so he wants to go to trial. He wants to go to trial, even though he's already spending. And I don't know why the state did not drop his case like he did the other one. I guess they were waiting for the answers from this particular appeal. Maybe that's the reason why they didn't do anything about it. Maybe they'll come back and give him, drop his case as well as like they did with Fleetwood and the rest of them, because it would make sense to continue, and he's serving that much time. Might as well just drop it like everybody else's. Which I think they should just go ahead on and drop it like they did the other ones. The ones that's already serving time, because he's already serving time. And then he has other charges since he's been in the penal system. He has charges that's going on right now. Okay, y'all, this is what they were arguing about just now. I'm going to go through it with you guys. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. Hold on, let's share this one. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the case we were talking about. This is the 16 SC 143618. And that one was with Judge Shawwell. That's the one they were talking about that revoked his first offender, but he did it after the fact, after the time has already been served. So the appeal court said that was a wrongdoing. They should have did it before his time was already served. So they took it back, brought it back to the lower court for them to correct it and give him some time served, which is like 19 years, she said, 19 years minus the 45 years. So this is what he was charged with. He was charged with robbery, hijacking motor vehicle, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, fleeing and attempt to elude, criminal damage to property in a second degree, interference with the government property, cruelty to children in third degree, running a red light vehicle to drive on the right side of the road, willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. And these are the non-negotiated plea that he had, right? So now the judge came in and he basically, these are the amended plea that he had, right? But then they turned around, messed it up, and the judge amended the disposition, and then he basically revocated it for conviction instead of the plea. So that was done in April 2022. So now they came back as of, let's see, because he had the first time offender, and then he revocated it. The maximum time he was supposed to have was 4 years in jail, and the 6 years was supposed to be in probation, right? But he had already served the 4 years already. He was supposed to have been out, but messed up. So they just had suspended 5 years because he was a youth, right? Hold on, let's go here. I'm trying to show you what happened as of now. And this is when he did the revoke of the first time offender in 2022 of April, right? This is all his first time offender revocation, right? But he revoked it too late because he had already served all the time. But because he had the additional time for the first offense, which was a maximum of 10 years, he was still in jail. Then they came back and gave him 20 years, right? Gave him 5 years, 20 years, 1 year, which he got time satisfied now. They made a correction just now. 5 years. Everything add up to the 45 years that we were talking about. So this is them amending it as of yesterday, right? So 7, they have amended, right? This one here has been time served. This one here still has time. So that's 7 years on that one, right? And this one has been amended, and they put it as time served. He's satisfied with the 12 months. Okay. So supposedly they taken off 19 years out of the 45 years, according to them. Okay, and I'm going to show you where they have that at. Hold on. I got to go down for a minute. Okay, this is the this is the disposition when he did the original one right here. Can y'all see this? This is the original one. This is what he was to serve, right? This is back in this is when the judge revoked it. See right there? The judge revoked it. But this is what they resentenced him. And when they resentenced him to 20 years to serve, right? 20 years to serve for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Those are the ones that consecutive, not concurrent. They're doing it consecutive. So 20 plus 20, that's 40, right? 45, 50, 55, 60, because that's what they said that the judge was giving him originally 60 years, but that was incorrect, right? That's his July. This is back in 2022. So they were giving him 60 years consecutive year because they revoked his probation, right? So, but he was still in jail. So let me go back and show you the next one, what they just adjusted to now. Hold on, we're going to go down right now. This is what they amended it to right now. Oh, we can't open it. Oh, it says amended sentence is not shown. Crap. They won't let us see it. Let's see. They won't let us see it. We can't even purchase it because it's not even here. I don't think they finished with it. As soon as they finish with it, I'll open it up for y'all. But look at it. We can't even look at it. You see? Can't even purchase it because nothing there to purchase. See? Page is 0. It says amended. It says an issue occurred when attempted to retrieve this document. They probably don't have it ready. So we'll come back to it another time, but they don't have it ready. So we can't even look at it. We can't look at it. Nope, we can't look at it, y'all. Let's see if they put it in with the YSL case. Let me go back. Hold on a second. Let me go back and see if they put it in YSL. Oh, I wanted to show y'all. He has this many open cases right now. Hold on. Let me show you how many open cases he has. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open cases, y'all. Yeah, 5 open cases. He has one from, which is the YSL one right here, right? Then he has one from February 2023. Then he has one from May 18, 2023. He has one from July 31st, 2023. And then he has one as of this month. Let's see what he did this month. Hold on. I mean, not this month, November. Let's see what his is open for. Oh, wow. He has battery, simple battery on the detentions or correction officer. That one wasn't presented to the grand jury. But then he had obstruction of law enforcement by use of threat or violence, and that's a felony. And this is during the time where he's in jail right now. Then he has simple battery against a police officer, which is a detention or correction officer. This is since he's been in jail, y'all. So he has that. He has that. Yeah, he has that, y'all. Let's see what else he has. Hold on a second. That was just recently filed on November 21st, 2024. So to me, I'm not understanding why he's not taking a plea, because he's in jail. Well, they may not. Oh, well, they might as well just drop this YSL stuff, because he has other charges here that they're gonna have to take care of. So that is it with him. Let's move on. Let's move on to the other guy. Let's move on to Fleetwood. Fleetwood was supposed to have one today, but it seems like he's not having it. Not yes. Today they postponed his. Hold on.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So you live up in Marietta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I'll accept this plea freely, voluntarily, and intelligently given. And part of it, if you don't complete drug court, that could be a violation, right?
Yes.
So do we have, I guess, probation will set up a plan for the repayment of the, okay. Are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. I'll accept it as freely, voluntarily, and intelligently given. Thank you. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. What else?
Yeah. In regard to position 1 on the probation revocation calendar, nope.
Not.
Yes. 2 aren't coming out for me and 2 aren't coming out for him.
Okay, now listen to the name. Where's that DP guy? Where's DP guy?
Position 1. Mr. Fleetwood, I'm sorry.
Travante,
No.
Previante.
24 F
Sir.
0.
Mr. Bash, B Bash. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Mr. B Bash? Javon, whatever his name is, Fleetwood. That's who this is about. But he's not going to have a revocation hearing today, because they're going to wait after he goes to see the judge in January. So you asked why were they doing a revocation hearing for him? I can't even tell you, but this is for him, okay?
002093. We're requesting a reset on this matter, Your Honor. Part of the revocation is due to some charges he picked up that is going to be held before Judge Richardson on the 10th of January. So we're hoping to reset it for after that time to come back for the probation revocation.
All right. State okay with that?
Yes.
All right.
And I had the same announcement.
Okay, that's for the other guy. But to answer your question, I don't know why they did a revocation for him when he's still in jail. I don't know. I can't even give you the answer to that. But I know for a fact that the YSL, his case was thrown out with our YSL. Remember that he's one of the defendants, one of the 6 defendants that the state decided not to continue with the trial because of their condition. You send me a loan document. Check out what you send me. Nakenya, check out what you send me. You see what you send me? Check out what you send me. You send me the something else. That's why I didn't show it. You can resend it again. Yeah, I'll send it to me again and I'll show it to the folks. All right, let me see if it's here yet. I don't have it yet. CNT all vengeance and game to state that is why they won't let Farley walk, because all he has, and it is admitting they are wrong. Well, yeah, because Sassy C, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, next week is going to be a real busy week, guys. Real busy, real busy, very busy week before the holiday. You have Shannon, and I'm going to give anybody who wants to come to those hearings. You have Shannon. He is going to go before Judge Belinda Edwards, and I think she's 4D, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check. Hold on. Let me just pull up what can you just send me. Okay, this is what they have him as now, y'all. Thank you, Nakenya. This is what he has him out at now. Let's take a look. Let me put my thing up here. All right, this is what they have him at. Okay, they have him. Let me make this. Can I make it bigger? Okay, they have him at 20 years to serve, right? They have no nolle prosse for the hijack of the vehicle. Then they have him at aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's 20 years to serve, right? Right? And that one, okay. They said that one is consecutive to count one, right? So that's 40 years right there, right? Then they have 5 years for the armed robbery during a commission of a felony. So that's 45 years. It says consecutively with counts 3, which is count 3, which is aggravated assault, which is consecutive with that. So you're going to add a year, 5 years to that. So that's 45. Then the other ones has been satisfied. It's no longer 60 years. That's satisfied. The attempt to elude to serve 1 year, that's been satisfied. Criminal damage to property in the second degree, 5 years, that has been satisfied. And then interfering with government property, 12 months to serve, that's been satisfied. So it's a total of 45 years that he has to serve. So that's what they have it as. 45 years, but he has done quite a few, so you're going to take away some time off. But that's what the sentences, they did it. They had to redo the sentencing. So you got to take whatever time that because he's been in there since 2016, right? 16 to now is how many years, y'all? 16 to now is how many years? 16 to now is how many years? Can somebody guess? Let's see. 2016 to 2000. That's almost 20 years, right? That's 8 years? Okay. So take away 8 years from 45. That's how much time he still has. But I wonder why she said 19 years. She said his attorney said 19. Okay. So he has quite a few years. And I'm thinking, y'all, what you thinking? Are you think? I think the reason why they did not give him, but he did not want to take a plea deal. But I think the reason why they didn't drop his case is because of that appeal that was going on, and that appeal answer has come back. Now they can go ahead and say, "Hey, we'll drop his case like they did with the others." I think that's what they're gonna do. Think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna give because he's the only one that's basically defiant and not and wanting to go to trial. So they might just decide to drop his case. You're welcome, Cheryl. And it was so hard for me to understand this stuff. I still don't understand it, but I can just give you the information. Just give you the information because I am not a lawyer. I don't know nothing about this. All I can do is give you the information because I don't have a clue. And I'm going to admit I don't have a clue. I don't know this stuff. He's definitely going to make the ones look back because even, y'all, he is handcuffed. Every time he goes on the camera, he's handcuffed. He is handcuffed. So, guys, I'm about to take my butt off. Guess where I'm going? I am going to Wright Street today. Let me show you what is happening at Wright Street. Hold on. Let me show you this. Let me show you what is happening at Rice Street. And then tonight I'll be with Big Jeff. Hold on, let me show you what is happening at Rice Street. This is what's happening at Rice Street. All right, let me show you guys what's happening at Rice Street. Am I going live? Yes, I'm going to go live. Yes, I am. I am going live, but this is what's happening at Rice Street. Where is it? All right, let me show you guys what's happening at Rice Street. Why does this keep showing it this way? Hold on a second. What's going on with my thing? All right, here we go. Present. All right, here we go. There it is, right here. This is what's going on. 7-day of prayer, a call to action. Inmates' life matter. It's time to pray. 901 Wright Street, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318. The December 9th through the 15th, 2024. And it's at 3 p.m. It says no money. Sheriff Labat has blood on his hand. The worst in history has to go. Let's pray him out. We're tired of our inmates dying and good deputies' lives being put at risk to protect this trap house that Sheriff Labat created. They called him Labat, but it's Labat. I know it doesn't look right? But that is what they're doing. They're protesting. Prayer. Okay. So I will be there at 3 o'clock today. Then at 5 o'clock, I'll be with Big Jeff. Okay. JT said, oh my God. But that's where I will be today with you guys. I will be going live. Everybody's okay? You guys good? Don't forget, tomorrow Dora and I are trying to get the time schedule on point. So she did respond on our time. We just haven't secured a time, but just keep looking at my notification. Dora will be my guest. Those who don't know who Dora is, that is Young Thug's sister. She's going to be my special guest tomorrow. Okay. So we're just trying to secure a time for both of us, what works for both of us. Okay, y'all? Good people, is that our minds are clear? Get some rest before I go. I look tired, don't I? I look tired. I'm very tired, for real. I need to eat. That's what I need to do. I haven't eaten. All right. I'll see you later, guys. Can't wait. All right, let's go. Later, guys. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click